question for you. What aspect of the transportation industry is one of the most vital? It moves millions upon millions of people on a daily basis worldwide, but rarely gets the credit it deserves for its role in the business. Any idea? Well, perhaps this will give you a clue. That's right, elevators, or as they are referred to in the business, the vertical transportation industry. It's huge and obviously essential, especially in a city of skyscrapers like New York. And while most people don't give them a second thought, the fact of the matter is they do need a lot of regular maintenance in order to make sure that they operate smoothly. And one of the largest renovation and maintenance companies in the New York area is Centennial Elevator Industries, headquartered in Astoria. They're a large company with a fleet of some 40 trucks and over 120 technicians who fan out throughout the area on a daily basis, performing maintenance on buildings both tall and small.
We focus on actually two aspects of this of the industry. Basically, modernization, which is our number one focus, where we walk into a building that has been built, could be in the 1930s, 40s, or 50s, and modernize an elevator to today's standards, today's codes. Secondly, would be to maintain it after we're finished. After we finish the modernization, then we maintain the equipment from there on in.
When you come down to it, it really is a huge industry, isn't it?
Oh yes, very huge industry. A lot of people don't realize how big this industry is, not just here in New York where we're based, but worldwide. Buildings, almost every building that's over 3 stories tall, you'll find an elevator in the building.
When you come right down to it, how much maintenance does an elevator normally need?
Today's elevators, usually we visit the building once to twice a month. It all depends on how tall the building is, how many floors, how many elevators. Basically, each visit to an hour and a half per elevator would be sufficient.
And what are you doing when you're there in these periods performing maintenance?
Basically, what they're doing is they're checking to see if there's any noises coming out of the elevator itself, if everything's running at peak performance, if the car is leveling properly, levels of oil and grease that are necessary for these mechanical parts, because it's just not electrical parts that with the elevators, a lot of mechanical parts with that too. So they have to make sure the levels of grease and oil are up to their standard.
Richie, tell me something. How complex is today's average elevator?
Well, elevators are very complex. People just think, well, they press the button and the elevator door opens up and you get in and you push your floor and it takes you to your floor. Well, there's a lot that it takes to make that happen. There's a lot of with today's systems, there's a lot of computers upstairs that analyze. What it does is it analyzes the call on what elevator should respond and how quickly that elevator could respond to you and bring you to your floor in a given period of time. Everything from pushing the button, once you push that button, it sends us a chain reaction. You're closing a circuit through wires, that the wires go up the shaft into the motorroom and turns around and starts this whole chain reaction going.
You know, it's amazing. Most people have very little idea of what lies on the other side of that control panel, that elevator button that they push when they get in a car to go up in a building. We are here in the manufacturing facility where control panels are made for Centennial Elevator. And to learn more about it, I'm here with Richie L'Esperance Jr., the vice president of the company. Richie, this looks extremely complex.
Well, what we have here is a brand new car panel that's being wired for installation. It is very complex. It has a new style communication system in it which transponds signals from these boards that are mounted here to the controller mounted in the machine room. And it also has the latest technology in communication for emergencies and emergency lighting.
And it's all real. This is all heavily computerized.
Heavily computerized compared to the older technology. We have new computerized elevator boards that mount directly into the car station, which take each call button and transfer it into a signal and send it through 2 twisted wires up to the controller, which replaces the old style, which you would need 1 wire per function in the old controller. Now we eliminate all that by this new system.
Another question is, how safe are elevators?
Elevators are very safe. We move more people than any other form of transportation in the world. Not only do we move them more, but their safety record is the number one.
How closely do you work with the original manufacturers of the equipment that you're working on?
Well, originally I used to work very closely with the manufacturer because the manufacturers don't experience the real thing. You know, we tell them what we need in the product, and then we take the product and apply it to the application, to the job. And then we set it up and make the elevator run. So we give them feedback and tell them, well, you know, this doesn't work out too well, or this circuit's not doing right, and so there's a constant feedback, and it's good for both. It's good for the customer, it's good for us, and it's good for them to improve their product.
And do you think it helps that your company is so hands-on?
Oh yes, it helps. Again, there are owners here that were not sales people who, you know, just walked into business and started their own business. We were actually hands-on people. We actually did the modernization work, the maintenance work. And when someone talks to us, we understand what they're saying. If I go to a meeting and there are technical people, we can answer any question that's put to us. We don't have to say, well, okay, we're going to have to get back to you that in writing. The question is answered right there and then.
Now this is the main dispatch panel. Explain what this does.
The main dispatch panel dispatches each elevator accordingly to the proper floor where the buttons are pressed.
How sophisticated is this really? To me, it looks very sophisticated.
It has an up peak and a down peak cycle, meaning that in the morning everybody is looking to leave the building, so we position the elevators in the upper floors that they're always waiting there. And then vice versa, late at night when they're coming home, we position them down in the lobby to bring them up.
So in effect, it can have elevators that are closest to the floor where the call was made get there faster. It determines that kind of thing, right?
Right. It actually configures which elevator to send to save as much time as possible. We're looking at the latest technology in elevator equipment today. This is the control of the main processor for the actual elevator.
And what can you tell from this?
What we have here is a diagnostic screen which we could tell all the functions of the elevator. We could tell what buttons are what floors are being pressed, the state of the doors, if they're open or closed, closing, if somebody's holding the door open. It can precisely tell us exactly where it is within a 1/16th of an inch in the elevator shaft at any time.
You know, Richard, this company's been very, very successful through the years. What do you think are the main keys to your success?
We strive to give them an excellent product. We do not look for just going in, doing the modernization, and then walking out. This is a long-term commitment for us. Along with that modernization contract comes a maintenance contract. It could be anywhere from 3 to 5 years. We don't want to install equipment and just throw anything together, get it in there, and get it running, and then, you know, and just walk away. If you put in a superior product, in the long run, it's going to pay off for you.
Talk to me a little bit about this amazing team you have here. It's pretty big.
We have approximately 145 employees. We have an excellent team here in the office and an excellent team out in the field. These are all handpicked by everybody here.
One thing you talk about a lot is your personal touch. What do you really mean by that? What is your personal touch?
Personal touch means that when we do sell a job, we just don't sell it and then take it and shift it over to engineering and to sales. We stay with it. We're with the job from the moment that we were awarded until the job is completed, 100%.
Is every job really unique and customized?
Everyone, there's nothing here that's off the shelf. Everything is customized. Every job that we do here is customized. There's nothing that we keep that we can say, okay, we have an elevator here and we're going to now put this in. We can't do that.
Talk to me about how you respond to emergency calls when they come in.
Basically what they do is they actually call. They have a phone number. Some elevators have emergency phones right built into the elevator. Some of them have intercom systems that will talk to to their concierge or to the doorman, and they'll place a call into our company, and then the men are dispatched through. We have a two-way communication system between the office and the men. We use the Nextel system, and basically that's what they do. They receive the call and they respond to the call.
What do you see for the future of this company as you look down the road 3, 4, 5 years from now?
The team that we have here is going to help us into the future. It's all geared to move into the future, to move into changing times. We are constantly changing. We're never the same. Every week it's still Centennial elevator, but every week it's different because times are always changing. Equipment is changing. As we speak, equipment is changing. So I see a very good future for this company.
And there you are, the intriguing story of Centennial Elevator Industries of Astoria, one of the city's largest companies, making sure that today's vertical commuters reach their destination safely and with little or no delay. I'm Doug Llewellyn reporting from New York.
Well, that does it for this edition of Close Up on America's Business. I'm Janice Marie. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.